So a lot of what Chloe and Halle have been doing in their careers has been really inspiring to me as not only a teacher, but I also sing and I also want to have success as a singer, right? I think we all who sing want that as well. And one of the interesting things that I found when I was looking into Halle and Chloe's career was that there is no moment that they pop, right? There's no, like, you go back on their YouTube channel and you scroll down, and it's just basically 12 years of content. Like, yeah, some views are in the millions and stuff like that, but you know, I've gone viral, and I've known a lot of people who've gone viral. It's not enough. It's really a body of work that allows you to achieve this level of success, and it's very clear from their backlog that while they're producing this amount of content, they're also constantly performing live. So, I want to point out what that does here from a vocal technique point of view, which, you know, as you do more and as you work on voice, you'll get better over time, but also performing chops. And so, I haven't seen this video. This is a student of mine recommended this to me, but I just know that in this video we're gonna learn a lot about performing and developing as an artist. And so let's do this. My mama may have, my papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own. There's a lot of talent already, right? Now, immediately, age 8 to 9, we're getting like a totally different. Like, this is what I'm talking about. You got to try stuff, right? Goes from brassy to moo, right? Trying to be subtle. Wow! In 1 year, folks. So, you know, the girls are kind of just moving side to side, age 8. Age 9, Halle really understands how to be grounded and have power as a performer, and obviously has learned a lot more with the voice. Age 10, they're dancing on stage with the band. Like, performing, right? It's a skill. And I want to point this out. Whenever I was in choir and the choir director made us do synchronized dancing, like, I love the idea of that, but if you got stiff people performing, like a bunch of collegiate choir, you know, people who are like, you know, like all of us had sunburn or moonburn, right? Like, we'd all just, like, we were a traffic accident waiting to happen, right? And so it was like, right, it was awkward. This, you know, synchronized dancing can be awkward and can look awkward, unless the performer is not awkward. And for them to be so fluid and confident in their movements at this young an age, I think that's really impressive. This is their first video that popped off. This is the one with their first Beyonce cover, I'm pretty sure. And this is when they were at 6.5 million on this one right now, which relative to all of their other stuff is actually not that big. Like, 6.5 mil is great for one video, but if it's the only video you have, you're not going to meet success, right? Everyone's looking and waiting to go viral. It's not smart. It's not good. It's their body of work that matters. Fun stat, and this is from Nick Niman's channel. They did a they data mined YouTube. The average channel that has 100,000 plus subscribers has on average 3,000 videos. Right? Think about that. That's like, if you upload every day for a year, that's almost 10 years of daily uploads, right? And so that's kind of more what you need to meet with the success. And if you look at their catalog of content, Chloe and Halle, it's insane. Your hurt, oh, do you expect me to care? You don't deserve That's another thing. Right now, this is pretty darn good audio and video. Right here. Just this. Right? And if you're good, like Jay, XAE is a YouTube artist and an artist in general. And I'm almost positive she really just like puts her phone down on her piano and goes. And she has 300,000 YouTube subscribers. She's also like an amazing singer. But what I'm saying is that like there was just a comment that someone like, you need to edit your videos more. And maybe, but video editing is overrated. I'm telling you, it's overrated. You can't, like, it's the core and the content of what's on screen that matters. If you're editing and you don't have good content on the screen, then you're polishing a turd, right? This was a 6.5 million view video because it was two talented women singing in a really great way. So that's another takeaway, I think, is don't get lost in trying to polish. Don't get scared, right? I think we all try to polish the video, polish the audio, but it's really because we're scared of just singing. So much more comfort in her singing, just like less chest tension, a lot more false fold separation here for that richer tone at 11 years old. That's pretty darn cool.
This is the end. Hold your breath and count.
Again, the guitar is like way too loud in this mix and all that stuff, and she looks like she's at this point like just getting comfortable with the instrument. And they have the confidence to just put the camera in front of them and let it go. And that confidence is obviously earned, right? So like I don't want to hear from people that are really trying to do this and that are students of mine. Do it often for 4 years. Like, you know that every post that they had, they got haters. Every single one. I guarantee you, every single one. There's like one comment that's a hater. We could go back and find it, but I'm just so confident that I'm not even going to look. And they're doing it anyway. For 4 years at this point, right? And we're not even a quarter of the way down to the video.
Feel the earth move and then hear my heart burst again. I've never seen a diamond in the flesh.
Now we're getting a little bit more comfort with the instrument, right? We're throwing in some rhythm, right?
I cut my teeth on wedding rings in the movies, and I'm not proud of my address. In a torn up town, no postcode in fear, but every song's like.
And then now we have Clay on the piano. I want to give emphasis here. We're on year 5 or 6. I want to give emphasis here to the importance of thinking about the long game, and not trying to win on social media like this year, but trying to get good at making video content. Like right now we have color correction on the video. We have better lighting. We have a better camera. Like we went from 255. We went from this to look at the image quality here, right? The image quality and the audio quality.
Looked in my review mirror and it seemed to make a lot more sense than what I see ahead of us, Yeah.
So after 5 years, we have reverb on an instrument. Right? Like, for the first time on a CHLOE X HALLE video, we have reverb after 5 years.
I'm ready to make that turn before we both crash and burn. 'Cause that could be the death of us, the death. Southern trees bearing strange fruit, blood on the leaves, and blood at the roots.
And there's just always a little bit of improvement, right? Like, we're getting a lot more control over the voice here. We're getting a lot more, like, specifics, right? She's being specific with her artistic choices with the voice. It's not just belt and be big all the time. It's incredibly, there's a lot of artistry here, and we're 6 years in.
Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze.
Even, okay, this is a thing that's really important when people try to sing in this style of music. When you have range from top to bottom, and you want what's called an even scale. So my low has to sound like this. If I want velvety smooth singing like this, if I go like that takes mastery of my torso, because if I compress going up, immediately I'm going to shallow my voice out. I'm going to make it brighter. And that's not necessarily a problem, but when we want to have smooth phrasing the way that Halle does at the age of 14, which is ridiculous, we need to do these exercises of octave leaps, right? In order to smooth out our voice.
Strange fruit hanging. It doesn't show signs of stopping. I brought some corn.
And now we finally have video editing. Right? 7 years later, video editing. Wow, right?
The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, be deaf to it.
Okay, now, after 8 years, we have lighting. We have bokeh, which means that this is a DSLR camera. Looks like an incredibly wide-angle lens. Okay, so 8 years. And they finally went on eBay and probably got a DSLR camera. Or this is a Vivo thing, or they had funding, or whatever. But the point is 8 years of grinding. Now again, we're only halfway through the video.
But can I turn my ears off? But time stops. Can you picture?
She's been playing guitar at this point for however long, and CHLOE's been on piano for however long. This is as far as the stage goes, it's very clear. It's very simple as a stage setup, but it's really good lighting with a really good camera, and then we have multiple camera angles. So either they have multiple cameras or they did multiple takes. And this is after 8 years of making content. You have to think of the long game. There's a guy by the name of Gary Vaynerchuk. If you're an artist, you should absolutely be following him and learning what he has to say. He basically says, get better over time. This is a skill. Don't think you're going to start YouTube for 1 year, grind it, and you're going to become like super successful. If you're an artist, you have to play the long game. Anything worth pursuing should get at least a minimum of 10 years and 10,000 hours, and that scares the shit out of a lot of people. But 8 years in, we're finally at the beginnings of professional quality media from these people, these artists that were and have been professional in performing in professional level and singing in professional level at their instrument. But now they're getting professional media. Not every video can be highly produced, right? Sometimes, and if you go to Jared Dine's channel or Stevie T, you know, a lot of there's a mixture. There's low edited quality, right? And there's just straight up posting, and then there's these highly edited things, right? Because you can't make everything highly edited, right? It's an impossible. If you want to upload like every day, if you want to do daily content, which is a winning strategy by itself, then you have to make some compromise here and there on media quality.
Like a song of love that clings to me, how the thought of you does things to me. Wish that I am unforgettable too.
Let's talk about confidence, right? She's outside with like whatever in the background's going on, if that's an airplane or a helicopter or whatever. And she's just got a phone, probably, right? And she's just singing to the phone, right? She's you know, she has makeup on, she has her hair done, but like she just sings. I don't know if I'd be willing to do that. like that's confidence, right? Dang.
Because
more of this.
On my side, I feel the drip drop non-stop pour on tonight. So what if I fall?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Let's find the gold at the end of the rainbow.
That's beautifully smooth. That's wonderful.
So what if rain falls? We'll shower in shimmers of gold.
And I want to point out that even though they have an album that's probably on the charts, even though they're mentored by Beyonce, even though they've done tours, even though they're doing like massive stage performances in quarantine, and they have like the backing of a lot of people, these women still get haters, and it's completely unjustified, but they do. So if what's holding you back is fear of being hated, then get over it. Like just or like better yet, you know what? Find a group of people that are supportive and listen to them, right? And because it is hard to get through haters. Like I read every comment on my YouTube channel, every single one. And I try to respond to the ones that actually like bring up more than just a request. Because if someone says a request, like all I can do is like, okay, right? That's all I can do. But like this one was a requested video. But like I try to engage with everybody that talks to me, and I'm trying not to let the haters stop me from doing that, right? And Holly and Chloe, both of them, like they went on live streams. There's so much content that they've made. There's so much of it, and they don't let things like editing stop them from posting stuff. And it's still compelling because listen to her singing; it's gorgeous, right?
Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me.
I love Nina Simone for writing that song. It's such a good tune. So this is another content strategy that Gary Vaynerchuk talks about, is called document, don't create. So these girls are performing live, right? And they probably have like two people, like they could even just set up tripods, literally just tripods. And right, they have camera angles and they just switch them between, there's just like what, 2 shots here, right? And there's probably a camera on Chloe. This is funny because actually this stage setup that we have here is actually very much the sitcom stage setup. So it's even lighting throughout, and then you have one camera for the stage shot, and then one camera for a close-up for stage left, and then one camera for a close-up for stage right. And that's probably as simple as that. So 3 cameras, good lights, a spotlight, and then just like a mixer probably, right? And then you get this level of quality of content, and they can literally go and do live show, and have content from every show, right? So this is business strategy now, right? We're getting away from just here's the phone, although they probably still do posts like that, and then we're performing live, and we still need to make content, so they document it, and they've invested in the ability to make media. And obviously, this is the Daily Show with Trevor Noah. They get to have this for free. This is earned media. They don't film this, right? And this is after 10 years. What did I say about 10 years, 10,000 hours, right? 10 years. And we finally have a piece of media that is legitimate, like world-class quality, because they have a television show filming them for them. Right? 10 years. Let's go on, because it's not done.
I've been feeling some type of way lately too much.
What I tell you, this is it. Given this is a 1x1, like a 1080 by 1080 shot. This is probably an Instagram post where they just put their phone down. They're still making just putting the phone down content. Not everything has to be hyper-produced, right? In fact, I think at the point that they're at now, it feels more genuine if they just have the phone in front of them. It feels like more relatable, right? So the contrast between what we just saw, which is like, this sort of a thing, this is a professional lighting team, professional sound team, like, this is when they hire specialists to achieve, like, there's glitter in the background, the lights are hitting it a certain way. Like, these are teams of people at this point, but it doesn't stop them from uploading this. And again, that comes down to confidence. And that confidence is earned after 12 years of grinding.
And blood at the roots, black bodies swinging in the southern breeze.
No accompaniment, nothing. Right? Think of the like almost the nerve, right? Like, whew, right? When's the last time you did that? When's the last time you literally put the phone down, recorded yourself singing without accompaniment? If it's like these girls have been doing it every day for 12 years, every day. Earned confidence. Get this out and start giving to people. Start giving to other people, right? Think of like, just record something and send it to your mom if you don't want to post it on Instagram, right? Like, happy birthday to your mom on this, right?
Strange fruit hanging. Drifters off to see the world. There's such
Oh my god. This is what I'm talking about with Disney Princess tone right here. This.
world. There's such a lot of world to see.
When people learn singing, I hate when they're like, I don't want to learn classical, I want to learn this. Why don't you just learn it all? Right? Because there's a place for everything. This is beautiful, mixed voice, very light, very well controlled. And we all know at this point, because Holly's been belting since the age of 8. This is beautiful classical style singing. It's a little lighter than classical style, but that's fine because it makes sense for what they're doing. If you're looking for a teacher and you're trying to learn belting because you want to learn belting and you want to learn that, but all you can find is someone who can teach you really good classical chops, go with the classical chops teacher while you're looking for a belting teacher, right? I made this mistake. I made this mistake in my career so badly. I went to Temple University and we had a wonderful theory program. We had a wonderful music program. I didn't learn a lot of vocal technique there. I just didn't like my voice teacher she's not bad. It's just we didn't jive together we didn't communicate in the same way. It took me after college, right? But I had this wonderful piano department, wonderful theory department, and a wonderful acting department. And I spent years focusing on the technique thing, even though that wasn't the strength that was being offered to me. What I should have done is I should have gotten over myself. I should have said, I'm playing the long game. I don't need to learn mastery of technique right now. I'm not in the greatest environment for it. So let me learn all of the musicianship I can. And if I had done that, I'd be way further along in my ability to make like a cappella videos. I'd be way further along. And so just be thirsty for everything, because when you don't discriminate and you just want to learn and you love and you just fall in love with every aspect of singing, you capitalize when opportunities present themselves. Because when you want to be this good, when you want to be this successful, you need to be unbelievably good and you need to be prolific in your output. And that takes a lot of skill. Imagine if they had to go and auto-tune this. Right? All of a sudden, if you need to auto-tune, all of a sudden this camera sitting down and you singing doesn't work anymore. But it works because they're good. In fact, they're great, right?
Waiting on the bed, my huckleberry friend.
So, okay. Like, I'm going to title probably this video something like The Marketing Genius or The Business Genius of CHLOE and HALLE. But the real answer to this is incredible amounts of hard work and consistency over 12 years. And talking to people over 12 years. There's a guy on YouTube who actually was in charge of the first part of Taylor Swift's career, and he sells marketing services and stuff like that. Not sure, I can't advocate for how good he is. I've never tried his service, but there is one thing he said about Taylor Swift. When Taylor Swift approached him and he said, "What do you want?" She's like, "I want to have a gold album," and he's like, "Okay, let's go meet 500,000 people." Does that not sound daunting and terrifying? Right? But if we like, I write an Instagram story and I get 12 people responding, right? So if I do 12 times 5, that's 60 people for like almost no effort, and I just start a conversation with them. If I do that every day, it adds up. And then I have my YouTube videos and I read the comments and talk to comments. If I go on Discord, I live stream. Right? And I'm in the beginning of it. I studied classical music for 14 years, and I studied singing without a classical bias for 4 years, and I've been singing my entire life. But the marketing game of this is work. It's work. A lot of work. And they've done it for 12 years. You want to be a successful singer? Get started.